I have to look that up again. But Gloomblade would look to move up to at least roughly fourth seed. So it is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to shake everything up here because all these teams, they're kind of like just middle of the pack. Like they're all kind of just relative to each other. So there's nothing too crazy. Nothing's really super outstanding so far in the Ember Blaze League.
All right. Well, let's see if that 3 to 4 way tie for third place can be achieved. Gloomblade will be taking blue side, TFF on red side. Red on a ban right now. Let's see how it goes. Seraphine going to be the first one taken out there for Gloomblade. Already starting to see some focus there for the bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was looking at like their OPs, not really anything crazy. Nothing really super crazy stands out. They don't play too much Seraphine.
Okay.
And Cho'Gath gonna get banned over there. Assuming against Pluto, he does play a lot of those bruisery, tanky top laners. So right now, both teams kind of taking their time looking through the bans here, trying to figure out what they want to ban. And it's going to be the Aurora banned away from Cyclone here. Cyclone is a big carry in this league. He is currently top four. He is fourth on the MVP ladder right now, and he's like top three for most kills per game. So he is definitely a hard carry for this team. So gonna kind of put a little bit more focus against a Cyclone there.
I think that's a great call there, honestly. Aurora is a great pick to just get rid of. Unfortunately, it is fearless, so they will have a chance to play them. But for first game, I definitely agree. Just get rid of it. Don't deal with it for right now. Maybe be able to pick it game 2. We'll see. Gwen is going to be the next one taken off, followed by J4 for TFF. So it's looking for a spread, a pretty even spread here for Gloomblade, focusing bot, mid, and the top lane. TFF focusing here for right now just jungle and top. Let's see if they match or if they full focus. They will full match and get their own support in as well, taking Braum off the map. With Gloomblade taking Syndra first.
So they're putting a lot of emphasis onto Char here. Syndra is by far his most played. It's 28 games played so far, 46% win rate. So nothing really to write home about, but it is also a takeaway from Cyclone. It is one of his top picks. So I'm kind of surprised that they do opt to first pick that Syndra instead of giving him counter pick, just because you really want to get like the most optimal matchup into Cyclone. So, and then TFF, they're going to immediately reciprocate with the Ornn R1 here. So that's very interesting to see here. Ornn obviously super staple blind, but kind of surprising just to see it like just off rip here. You don't want to give him your top laner too much time to kind of dwell on that counter. So I guess they're just going to slam that on Ornn right away and then they'll just kind of go run it from there.
I think it's fine. Not a lot really necessarily counters the Ornn to the point that taking it first round spells death. Even with the scaling on Ornn, you can play weak side, play safe, not really go too crazy, and you can just scale out of control with your items. So I like that pick there. Already going to match the Syndra in terms of burst, have a little more mobility, accessibility. But I think I like the Syndra a little more in the mid lane.
Yeah, I definitely really like Syndra.
Mm-hmm.
Syndra is like one of those champions that's like since she first came out, I think it was like season 3 or season 4. She's pretty much just been a staple pick. Just
For sure.
you could pretty much blind it into anything and just really good overall. Like the only like real hard counters is like stuff like Vi and Fizz that can kind of CC immune the
Mm-hmm.
the scatter of the week. But otherwise, I mean, it's just a good pick overall. So kind of curious to see. So they're gonna lock in that Mundo to kind of match that scaling in the top lane, and then the Sivir gonna be that B3 pick here. So Sivir being one of the top 3 picks in the league is just such a
Mm-hmm.
the ADC pool doesn't really change that often. I mean, it's kind of like
Not
a
really.
toss around between like Ashe, Sivir, and Jinx.
It really kind of just scales between, the few of them there. It never really gets too hectic out of there. I think Sever's a great pick there. You have the Mundo locked in. You know you're gonna have a nice beefy tanky wall. Same game plan with as Ornn as well. You can kind of play safe. You don't have to go crazy. Obviously, with Mundo, you can. You get the more of a split lane option out of Mundo as well over Ornn. Ornn's going to be looking more with the team fights, with the Forge Call horn, and building up the items. So I like this pick here from Gloomblade. I'm not gonna say they ran away with it, but they're keeping pace in terms of team visibility.
Yeah, absolutely. So like right now, TFF, they're gonna start. Um, Honestly, for both sides, I really expect them both to start banning a bunch of enchanters because enchanters
Oh
are
yeah,
really strong with both these ADCs. You just kind of have that strong safety with both of them. So already seeing Lulu Janna ban here. So you're banning away both those really good disengage picks here. Enchanters have been really strong in the meta, especially with the Echoes of Helia and the Diadem's Diadem Song. They're both just really strong items that
yeah,
synergize very well.
yep, yeah. Shield meta is huge right now. Not the biggest fan of it when it rears its ugly head, but it's not as bad as the Ardent sensor meta. Sheesh, that was terrible.
Oh yeah, dude.
We're
I
getting
remember
close, but
what was
yeah,
it?
it's not
I think it was
it's
like
not as bad. It's not as
what was
bad.
that Enchanter meta when I was like Enchanter's top lane? What was it like season 7, I think?
Something like that with Lulu top. It was like you didn't know if Lulu was mid, top, or support when she got picked. Yeah, those were the
But
good
oh, they
times. Those were the
opt to
good
go
times.
for a Xin Zhao ban instead of another support ban. So that's very interesting to see. So it's always interesting to see like when you like kind of pivot last minute to something else from the game plan. So TFF, we're
Yeah.
going to see what they pick here, and it's going to be Jax. So
Oh yeah.
I expect that's going to be a Jax
As
jungle.
expected.
So you don't see that very often here, Jax jungle. With the new item, new Dust Dawn, like his
Yup.
clear is a
Yup.
lot better. I mean, Jax always does really well with Sheen items, especially things that kind of
Mm-hmm.
synergize with on hit and his R passive. So that is going to be very nice to see. Like that's the thing about like I like about kind of like mid elo or like quote unquote low elo is you kind
Yeah.
of get like all these really niche picks that you never really see that often, and it just keeps things super interesting. Like when you're playing like high elo, it's just the same
You
things
don't see
all the
Jax
time.
that much, bro.
Yeah, you see Ornn all the time, Renekton, you see Nautilus, Xin Zhao, Wukong, stuff like that. It's just the same stuff. But here,
Right.
yeah, you kind
Yellow
of let
Jax.
loose a little bit. You
A
see
little
some
bit.
juicy things, pocket picks that people kind of whip out.
Speaking of juicy picks here, how do you feel for the Cog Mall here? Because I feel TFF has a kind of a mobility image here, a lot of movement, some dashes, and then you just have kind of Cog Mall who's really immobile. You don't really get the front wall that you do from Mundo as you do Ornn. So I don't know. I'm not feeling the pick really. How are you feeling on it?
Can you say that one more time?
The Cog Mall. Cog
Oh,
Mall looking over for TFF.
Kog'Maw is kind of weird. Like you just
It is
like
going to be
don't
matched with
see
the
it.
Leona. It is going to be
Yeah,
matched with the Leona.
I don't know. I would have liked to see like you still had like some good enchanters on the table here, especially as a counter to the what is it, man, it's eluding me. The Rel.
The
Like
Rel.
yeah, I would have liked to see like Amelia pick. Amelia pick would have been amazing. Or if you want to kind of like just hard counter the Rel, you just go for and then you want to play like an engaged support, like Thresh would have been pretty good too, just to help peel that Kog'Maw. I would have liked to see that because what's his name? And it's streamer. Oh wait, I have streamer mode on. That's rough. It's I gotta look for the name. Yeah, Ats. I don't know how to say that.
Adam?
As the support.
Oh, a Tem.
Oh, it's him.
Or is it Adam? The O and the E
No.
always gets a little squidge there. A little squinked
Oh,
up
it
there. I
is
think it's
Adam.
Adam
Oh
though.
wait, they're
It is
role swap.
Adam though.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. It swapped over for your side. So TFF
Oh,
will
never
be
mind.
red side, JBM on blue side for us here.
Oh,
I
okay,
think it
then I
was a
have
little. I
everything
think
on
it
the
was
wrong side
mixed
of my
there on
notes.
draft. I think it was mixed up
But
there on draft.
yeah, Adam.
Oh,
He played
nice
a
approach
lot
here.
of Thresh here, bot lane. A little bit of fighting down, crash down, going down here. But otherwise, I mean, nothing too crazy here. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like just the average thing you see. Yeah, like
For
always
sure.
big thing is like you don't want to index too much into a lot of
Uh-oh.
engage. But crash down here, gonna flash away. force a flash away, not quite getting that level 2, not respecting that. So
Right.
already a crucial summoner spell down here. So that means a little more playtime, a lot more space there for GBM's bot lane play and mess around with.
You mentioned earlier that Adam plays Thresh. Going into the rail, I actually kind of surprised with the Leona pick. Not necessarily that it's like, oh, like, why are you picking Leona? Like, this is so out of the blue. But I feel Thresh has definitely an easier time into the rail than Leona. So I'm a little curious onto that as well, too. And it just seems right now for both sides that it's just the bot lane that we're really struggling for TFF. So I wonder if that's going to be the hitch here, and if GBM's going to take their focus, try to shut down the Kog'Maw as quick as possible. Don't give a chance for the little bug to scale crazy as we head over onto the top side. Check it out.
Ooh, Pluto immediately just flashing away from the Searing charge there. So a lot of summoners being traded back and forth across the map here. XMB is bot lane. He will get spotted on that Tribush ward. So Adam right on that timer there. So he will get spotted out. Pings are coming through here. So he'll get first dibs on that bot lane Scuttle Crab. So he should be able to claim that one. Could possibly index to go top. Look for that double Scuttle here. Because, oh, top lane, that's a solo there, Linksy.
Nice.
Don't even know how that came about here.
I mean, already taking the flash, forcing him under tower. You gotta remember, when you're on the back foot there in the lane, you gotta respect. You don't have the flash. Ghost was procced as well too, so you're kind of on allowance there. You gotta wait for the wave to come through. You're gonna have to take the long walk to lane as well too, so you're really losing things out there. And if I'm reading the wave properly, I think that's going to be a slow push back towards Linksy's side.
Yeah, that will push over to Linksy, but he doesn't have really any threat of getting ganked by the jungler, so it shouldn't be too bad. Linksy does get that Bomby Cinder rush, so he will be able to control that wave. Or he will be able to kind of even it out, push it out as much as he can, but that's the thing about Ornn, you know, it's the wizard, mage, assassin, bruiser, fighter, tank. Like, he just does so much damage with the brittle, and people always forget about that, you know?
You gotta be careful with it, man. And yeah, sometimes you kind of sleep on the Ornn. I gotta mention the skin, man. I love the new Ornn mech skin. Oh, check it out though, bot lane.
Oh, bot lane. That's going to be a counter-strike. Flash forward on top of the relic. Crash down to get on out of dodge there. But the piercing strike will stop the rest of that engage there. Chrome alone in the worst end of that trade, surprisingly. And that Zenith Blade will not quite hit its mark there.
It's a little unfortunate there. I saw the Zenith Blade there with the Counter-Strike setting up, so I thought it was going to be a little bit better, but honestly, it looked almost like Victor Sosa and As2 could have definitely almost flipped that on its head. Really nice play from there.
Yeah, it's a really good disengage there. Kind of surprised.
Uh-oh.
You know, it's really hard, but mid lane, that's going to be a layer of CC there. Nice. Cyclone following up with the Orb of Deception there, and he will pick up a kill in the mid lane. 600 gold lead in favor of TFF here in the first 5.5 minutes.
So see, this is where I feel the Leona shines a bit. The Zenith Blade comes out so much faster than Thresh's hook, than the Death Sentence. So it is very deceptive coming in for mid lane ganks. It's a little unfortunate Char did not set himself up for it, and now kind of paid the ultimate price there.
There's top lane, a little bit of fighting there. Pluto does have that juice, the maximum dosage, but it's just going to force Linksy to reset there. Does have that teleport to get back to lane if he so pleases, but he should just be able to walk back with the home guards. But, I mean, Pluto, he opted, instead of going for that teleport, that empowered teleport later on, he opted for the ghost here for a little more team fight viability. That teleport in 7 minutes if you don't take it.
True.
And I think it's like, what, it's 300 seconds? What is that, 5 minutes?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so 5 minutes if you just use like a regular teleport. So Pluto is going to have to be really on his macro game. Here as Pluto. Oh, Searing Charge doesn't quite land here, but the brittle going down. Maximum dosage used. But here goes the Call of the Forge God. He's going to miss it, but Asian is here. He does not have flash, but here
Was
comes
it
the
bait?
stun. Here comes the damage, and Lynxie will pick up his second kill of the game here.
We're gonna call the whiff of the Forge call a bait. He definitely baited Pluto into maybe thinking that it's safe for him. Oh, hold on, hold that thought as he heads to bot lane.
Nice crash down. The two-man shattering strike there. Chrome alone is getting lower and lower here. Both members of TFF bot lane, they're getting low,
Nice.
but that's gonna be a flash forward with the knockback.
Adam?
But there goes the crash down. It's not quite going to land the mark. Chrome alone using the barrier. So TFF could be able to get back to the safety of their tower. Cyclone roaming into the bot lane does have that spirit rush here if he so pleases. They're not going to spot this. They have no wards.
Didn't see
the
Adam?
Ripper, but that's going to be a nice little spell shield there. But the crash down shield will be enough to get him out of dodge.
Yeah, it was nice on the turn there for GBM for the bot lane to open up. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the secure. Adam holding them down under the tower dive and almost getting a reverse kill on them was great. The roam, also not too bad from Cyclone, just not executing to the best of their abilities to find a kill. And Pluto right now really feeling the consequences of their action here in the top lane.
Yeah, especially like a champion like Mundo, you're not really building resistances until maybe your third item. So it's gonna be really rough because let's see. Bellows Breath. Brittle does 13.3% max HP damage per proc.
Oh, check it out.
But hold up, mid lane, XMB, he's gonna get caught
Nice.
out there.
Nice.
The counter strike will pick up that one. That's gonna be the fourth kill of the game for TFF, and they will get first dibs on this Drake here.
That's a little unfortunate there for GBM. Just slight, minute mistakes here are really starting to give TFF a slight lead here, and we might be watching the bot lane get hit here. Big solar flare.
The solar flare going down on top of the Rel, but she is very mobile. Nation gonna have to get on out there. Victor Sosa doing so much damage. As
Wow.
going to have to burn that flash there crucially, and they don't even start the Drake here.
This is like the second, third attempt here on GBM's bot lane, and it's not even like they're getting away with barely any health. They're surviving relatively well and almost reversing the 3v2. They're gonna have to respect that bot lane and gonna have to really put something to lock it down before it gets a little hectic there. That's Silver Rel. You really can see the duo chemistry between them.
Tus does have a magnet storm here. Let's see when he's going to use it. The living
Nice.
artillery pumping out the
Here we
damage.
go.
But
Here
that's
we
gonna be a
go.
crash down only onto one, not quite using the magnet storm just yet. Spirit rush in, and that's gonna be a nice little lineup there with the Orb of Deception as 2 kills go over and GBM bot lane get taken out there in the 4v2.
When are we going to be using Magnet Storm next game? Like, come on. You're going to go in right there. That looked so good. It may not have won the fight, but they could have done a lot more there. Cyclone pushing up on the chart here. XBM though might be some bait.
XMB is
Nice.
here. Well, I don't know why he had the flash, but he's gonna get the chain CC, and XMB will pick up that shutdown there. I always need to like remember that like these people are like they're like
Yes.
gold to like low emerald, so like holding that standard on them is not like fair. So I kind of like gotta pump the brakes a little bit here. We're all learning here on this
Right.
great beautiful world. But that's the first kill of the game for GBM there. Nice chunk of change going into XMB's pocket. That was about a 226 gold bounty there. So he should be able to, he should be able to finish his
Ooh, I like
Sundered
this.
Sky on his reset
Check
here.
this.
Ooh.
4th attempt here.
Lane. That's going to be a stun once again onto Astacross, or Astus, as he will get hit with the Solar Flare. The Chain CC finally doing the work. Living
Finally.
Artillery is going down, and Chrome alone will pick up that kill there, finally using the Magnet Storm just a little bit too late, but finally it kill him in the bot lane.
Man, as soon as they're jumping on me, I'm pulling that trigger, man. Get off of me with the Magnet Storm. Either way, they were able to keep Victor up.
Top lane.
Here goes Lynxie.
That's going to
nice.
be called. The Forge got there. The damage is not going to come through. The
Oh
maximum
my
dosage
gosh.
is too much. And Pluto will pick up a solo kill in the top lane there. Nice chunk of change going in his pocket. Also, 230 gold there. So, a little too ambitious there for Linksy.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. It didn't take any time to kind of think about getting out of the tower range for just a second here. Adam again here in the rotation for the mid lane. Nice catch.
Ooh. Nice scatter of the week there, but Adam is just a little too faster on the draw there. So, yeah, Adam is just all over this bot side here. He has about what is that, like 80% KP, so he's chilling. Pluto, boy, he stayed here for so long there, and the Bell's breath is gonna go for it. Like,
report Pluto now.
Why are you staying for so long?
We're finally getting that, just like that breath of fresh air. There wasn't any Ornn there, you know, like.
Because like what? He got a good chunk of gold out of that. He's only like about 200-ish, 300-ish down, so it's not too bad. Like, honestly, I'd say it's pretty worth it. You got your Warmogs, you got your Giant's Belt, so now you get that the Warmog's passive proc, so you're pretty much just immortal in the lane. So Ornn's gonna have to be a little bit careful on those traits there. But for now, I mean, nothing too crazy. XMB gonna spot out Chrome alone by himself here. He's gonna go in with the Vault Breaker. All the damage coming through.
Yeah.
The Solar Flare not quite gonna land on the mark. But Chrome alone just flashing over the wall. He just gets on out. But flash forward with the Vault Breaker. And I stand corrected. XMB will pick up the second shutdown for his team there. 100 more extra gold in his pocket. He's sitting at about 5,600 gold total here. So when he resets, he's gonna get pretty well built there. Up also, what is that, 30 CS on his jungle opponent. So he's eating pretty good this game.
It's what I was a little worried about with the Kog'Maw, just no mobility with all the dashes, lockdown from Vi as well too, not even having access to a spell shield either, such as Sivir does. It's just unfortunate, and it's going to be really on Chrome alone to have to be on their best attentions to not be getting caught out like that. Oh, nice charm there.
But that's why, like, I always say, like, if you're playing a Kog'Maw, like, that's why I would have preferred Thresh. Not really for the engage, you just need something to peel Kog'Maw. With that lack of mobility, especially with, like, you know, against the Vi, the Rel, the Syndra, like, you really just want something to help peel that ADC. And his top lane is a bit of a wet noodle fight. Call the Forge God coming in. Maximum dosage also coming down. But Cyclone is here to help assist in the fight there. Flash away from the charm. But Linksy also going to have to flash away there. Pluto healing up so much there. But don't worry, it's about to come up even faster in about one more second here as the Warmog is about to proc. So Linksy using that Flash Nation in the bot lane. Once again, looking for another lane gank here. So, Adam, I don't know if they know the ward is there, but it's going to be a 4v3, so they're going to have to be a little bit careful. Flash forward with a Shattering Strike, Magnus Storm onto 2. But there goes the Scatter of the Week onto the Kog'Maw, like we said before.
Yep.
Syndra will get taken out by the Jax here. 3v2, Vault Breaker onto Jax. He's going to get knocked up. Stand aside here as he's still alive there. Vixen Sosa going to take a tower shot there, using the berry to block most of that damage. But it is going to be a 1-for-1 here in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, on the top side, GBM able to pick up a tower as well, too. The first tower of the game. So, things starting to flip towards their side. It was about a 1.6k gold lead there before. So, about 500 falling back, closer to 6 falling onto their side. Gonna get another extra 100 plus that experience from Dragon for the first one. And it will be Chemtech Soul for this match. I think a pretty good Dragon for both teams, honestly.
Yeah, definitely really nice here, but it's gonna be so good on that Mundo and that fight. You know, all the Sunder Sky healing, the shields from the passive, and all that. It's gonna love that. And Mundo, you know, he always loves more heal shield power, especially when he doesn't need to pay anything for it. Nation starting up the Herald here, using the Counter Strike to do a little more damage. But that's the Solar Flare onto the immobile Syndra. But Adam, he's in the backline by himself. He was gonna get chain stunned. But he is still living there. Nation gonna claim the Herald first here. Let's see if he gets on out. But that's gonna be a 2-man knockup by the Ornn. Nation going in with it. The Counter Strike gonna stun up onto 2. Char gonna get the Ignite right on top of him. Shattering Strike onto the Leona. Leona is still living. Does have that the protoplasm harness, but they're still going forward. That's an interrupt onto the crash down with the charm. Lynxy, he's in the front line by himself. He will get taken down here eventually by the denting blows of XMB. Chrome Alone finally showing up late to the fight,
What are
but
you
he's gonna
doing?
he's not gonna get anything. Astus, no, he's gonna get taken down here. Oh man, I wish you good luck here, as the Kog'Maw passive will pick up a kill there on the back end. So it's going to be a 2-for-3 trade here. Now the Goldie swinging for the first time this game to Gloomblade.
Oh my gosh, 4 for 2. You don't get heralds, but I mean, that's a pretty good gold flip if I ever don't see one myself there. Overall, though, this is a crazy back and forth. Just from the beginning of the game, I definitely thought TFF had this in the bag, but GBM holding out, racing through this early to mid-game transition, on starting to pick up a couple things. The gold onto their side now. Cyclone might be in a little bit of danger there. The Charm gonna whiff. Let's see where it goes from here.
Does have the Spirit Rush, so he should be good. Drake spawning in about, like 3 minutes, so nothing too crazy. I mean, there's not much to fight for here. Adam gonna get a little bit of deep vision going on here. Kog'Maw is in that mid lane, just kind of eating up those waves here. But right now, I mean, it's just a really slow game. The gold lead is pretty much dead even. Both teams are even in Drake's. Gloomblade did get 2 of those, or all 3 grubs. So that Mundo is going to have a great time in that side lane there. Both supports kind of just messing around, playing for that control ward. As2 really wants it, but he's going to fail the crash down over the wall there. So forcing XMB to come over, and that's going to be a Soul Flare claiming that kill there. That ward not quite worth it. Top lane, it's going to be a bit of a fight there. Pluto going to get hit with 2 procs of that brittle called the Forge God used already, but Pluto, he's just healing it up. It doesn't matter what Lynxy's trying to do here. He's going to heal up to full HP, and he's just going to keep on going in.
A little back and forth here, but nothing really to solidify either side's lead or advantage here. There's still plenty of time before Drake, so everyone should be responding up right now. XPM looking like the target of TFF here.
He is going to invade, or actually no, it's vice versa. TFF are invading. XMB not able to secure his own red buff, and that's going to be Char getting hit with the living artillery and all the CC, and that's going to be Chrome alone picking up his 3rd kill of the game.
Finally able to grab a gold lead a bit here as well too, as we're starting to see some stability from the side of TFF. Still a minute away from Drake, so it's still a toss-up. I do like the clear here of wards.
Yeah, you got like that little. Yeah, you got like that little all that vision in the bot lane for TFF. So they're gonna have really nice prio on this Drake here. Lynxy gonna start resetting here. The rest of TFF, they're gonna start pushing into that mid lane, trying to get a little bit of prio. So gonna see who gets first dibs here, because now at this point it's kind of like both teams. Let's not even talk about the goal. It's kind of just on the execution. Like it's really rough for Char, because like Char hasn't really been having a great time here. He's been caught out multiple times. He's won 5 and 4. So he's going to have to be really careful. I expect to see Azonias coming out soon, but most of the time, people usually don't do that. They kind of just go straight for damage. You got the
Aether Whips and the Phoenix Codex, so I don't think you're going for Hourglass just yet.
I don't think he's going for the Hourglass anytime soon.
I do like this clearing here of GBM of the Vision.
And it looks like
yeah,
GBM, they're going to start the Drake here, and TFF, they're just saying, you know what, we don't even need the Drake anymore. It's going Chemtech. So they're going to knock down the first tower here. They should be able to knock down the second one with the Herald. So they will charge that into the mid lane tier 2. And that's 2 towers for 1 Drake here. As TFF or GBM, they're walking straight into Gloomblade here. Call the Force Guard only onto 2 so far, and that's going to be Char, the first casualty of the fight there. It's an absolute slobber knocker of a fight. Nation is in the backline. It just absolutely obliterates the Cinder by himself there. Cyclone, he's going all over the place with the Spirit Rush. He's constantly getting those heals, but Pluto, he's just gonna fly into the backline with the proc, and he is going to pick up that kill. Already, Pluto, he's doing so much damage. Lynxy, he's going to pick up that last kill on the back end. It's going to be a 4 for 2 here. But overall, Gloomblade are a little bit worse for wear.
It definitely seemed that Gloomblade had the pinch here for TFF before that entire fight started. I really want to touch on the macro there for TFF. You give up Drake, you get 2 towers, and then after the fight, you get 4 for 2. It's real easy maths there. Flips the script back to their side, a 1.7 gold lead, yet back again into their pocket here. And now they can kind of start setting their sights on the Baron and start looking for things to start closing this game out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Char, unfortunately, he got put between a little rock and a hard place. Like, he was the first person to get picked off there. But yeah, that's again, it's just kind of like just looking back again. It's like he's just the first person to get caught. Like, if he gets a little bit of uptime, I think he'll do like a lot of damage. Like, literally anybody not named Ornn or Leona will just get popped.
Yeah.
But Jax does have that merc treads there, but it's like he's going for like this kind of utility build at this point. He's like, you know what, I'm getting caught too much. Like, let me just play for utility for my team here, help with the kite as the as the cosmic drive comes out as a second item there for the Syndra.
Yeah, I do like that the items are starting to come out, but it might be a case of too little too late. 2k gold lead in the mid lane. We've touched a bit on Char, but Cyclone 4, 1, and 6, a 10 KDA, 8 stacks on the ring as well too. Things are looking pretty good, as we see Mundo just doing casual
Top
Mundo
lane,
things,
that's gonna be
heading into
XMB getting
top
hit with the
lane.
chain CC, but he is a beefy fella. That's gonna have to be real careful. Magnet Storm, cease and desist, all the damage going on top of the Jack, but the counter strike is getting so much of it as he's going straight back in to the fray, and he 2 kills going over to the side of TFF as GBM started that fight, and we were not able to end it.
It looked great again. Another catch. It looks great. This feels right, and then all of a sudden, it just isn't. The Counter-Strike was beautifully coordinated there from the side of Nison. I hope that they are headed to Baron. They are headed to Baron here, as we are watching Link sees Pluto getting into these 1v1 solo bolos under the tower.
As he is just gonna... Pluto doesn't care. He's just hitting the tower.
No, it's Mundo.
He pretty much just took that entire thing. As the Baron does fall down here for the side of TFF. They're getting their resets off. And they will have the purple worm buff for about 2.5 minutes here. Drake, they will have it for roughly a minute more when the Drake spawns. So for now, they're going to start pushing on this map here, getting these waves out to see what they can claim. There's only 2 more outer towers for the side of Gloomblade, so they're going to have to try to defend these. They do have that Sivir here, does have that IE second item. So she is going to hit like a truck here, 2.5k gold lead for TFF here. So once again, I mean, still pretty marginal numbers, nothing too crazy here. So right now, TFF, they're getting all that prio in the bot lane here to set up this Ornn to start splitting away.
Yeah, I think it's not really necessarily the team goal that we should be really focused on. I think it's the individual goal difference between lanes here. That 2.6k gold lead between mid lane is making a huge difference here, as we do see TFF's GBM lining up here for this mid push. Ornn, it is looking like they're going to go for 0-4-1 in terms of pushing lanes. How do you feel for this? Should they go for the 4 or should they go for a full 5?
I think they should go for full 5, just knock down that bot lane tower. I mean, Jax is already there, Cyclone. He's going to get caught out there. Cease and desist. That's going to be a flash forward with a scout of the wing. All the CC coming down. And that's going to be Char picking up his second kill of the game. A big shutdown going into his pocket now. All for that bot lane tier 2. But Pluto, he's by himself in that top lane. He's just pushing away on that tower as TFF, they said, you know what, we don't even need Soul Point here. And they're just going to keep knocking down these towers. Soul Point claim for Gloomblade, but that should be an inhibitor given up by the side of GBM. So that inhibitor will go down here, base broken at 26 minutes. So not too bad of a trade here. Once again, gold lead is pretty much dead even. It's just going back and forth between these two teams. Solar Flare to disengage. surprisingly. XMB going to be the only recipient of that one. As Twos, he's going to go forward
it's
there.
bait.
That's going to be a
It's
Magnus Storm.
bait.
That's going to be a 4-man stun with the call of the Forge God there. As that's going to be TFF setting up in that bush. And they will pick up 2 members of GBM.
Oh my
but Pluto,
gosh.
he's split pushing the base. I think he
No
might look
way.
to end the game here. He still
He
does
can't.
have that maximum dosage. So Psycho, he doesn't have any more dashes. Oh, so much damage. He does have the
You should've
Titanic
played
Hydra. He's going
safe.
forward with the slow. The briefcase will be knocking him down there. As Adam, he's going to try to stun him up, but he's not going to hit the Zenith Blade. That's going to force a recall back from Lynxie with the teleport. As Pluto almost ended the game in their face.
TFF has the answers, the withdrawal, the execution to close this one out. And then
Wait.
you meet Mundo.
You're
And
talking
he
about
just
gold
pushes.
lead?
My God,
Mundo
it
has
doesn't matter.
more of a gold lead than the enemy, than the Kog'Maw and the Ahri combined. He has the same exact gold lead as those two. That's crazy.
My gosh. We thought TFF was about to win. Who decided that? Like,
This Mundo is Thanos. Like,
it's ridiculous. They do have 3 Drakes as well too, so GBM able to stop the bleeding can definitely capture Soul and bring this back to ahead.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he already has a Spirit Visage. Mundo has Spirit Visage now. So, and a good chunk of TFF's damage is AP. You know, Kog'Maw W is primarily AP. Jax, most of his abilities do AP
Uh-oh.
primarily. That's a force flash away from Chrome alone. That's going to be a Solar
Reaction?
Flare only onto 1. Flash over the wall there with the call of the Forge God, but that's going to be a nice little
no.
dash away, but it won't be enough.
The
He does,
GA's down.
XMB does not have to flash, and he will get taken down here. A good kill going over to Chrome alone, but there's nothing really on the map to be taken so far. It's going to be a minute and a half still for the Baron. So now TFF have a little bit of time to think to themselves on what they want to do on this map here, because they can't push the lanes. You're trying to push into a Sivir Syndra, like you're never going to hit towers at this
No.
rate here, because they really
And
need to
meanwhile,
back up
Mundo.
a bit. And Mundo, he's just doing Mundo. He goes where he pleases. He's just split pushing away. Nobody's able to stop him. But that's going to be a nice little stun there with the Scatter of the Week. But crashed out onto the Kog'Maw.
Nice.
But Char is going to be the first person to die. Magnus Storm onto 4, but it won't even matter. He will get taken down here. So 3 members dead for the side of GBM. Pluto is doing Pluto things. He go where he pleases, and he's just knocking down these towers. Nobody's able to kill him. He has that Warmogs, so basically it doesn't even matter. But mid lane, Victor Sosa, he stood a little bit too close to the sun there as Adam was CC him down there, and he will get taken out. The big wave clear threat from the side of GBM is down there. Nation almost getting taken out with the tower there, but 3k gold lead for TFF, but they have to find a way to stop this Mundo from taking their entire base.
It's kind of crazy to see a 3.2k gold lead here. The Drakes aren't there for their side. Overall, though, they gotta figure something out for this Mundo. 666 over stacks over for Ornn there, for Burn there. 600 reflected. I was gonna say maybe there's not the anti-heal, but the anti-heal is definitely picked up. But you just do not see it right now. Pluto in his own game, playing solo queue right now, and just doing what he needs to do to keep GBM into this one. Only 45 right now. I think this next Drake decides this game.
Like, this Mundo has 366 AD
Yeah.
and 7,000 HP. Like, the Mundo will actually literally not die. Because if the thing is about Thornmail, I think Thornmail is like a placebo. Because, like, if you don't hit the person, then the Grievous doesn't land. So literally, Pluto's like, you know what? I just don't have to hit you, and he just starts hitting everything else, and he just takes it in their face, and he's staying relatively healthy. So for now, it's gonna be a 4v4 around this Drake area here, as bot lane Mundo is just wailing on Lynxie here. So you have to be a little bit careful getting that chunk, but Charm onto the Rel here. Zenith Blade, that was really weird. That was like that low ground, high ground type thing.
Right.
It didn't land, but now TFF have full priority in this river here to take this Drake. It's gonna be a 5v5 flip for the soul here.
Pluto's
Pluto, he
here.
doesn't care. He's just walking straight in, but he's getting chunked by the cog ball. Maximum dosage finally getting used, but he will get taken down here. Finally, he's not.
Oh my
He's
gosh!
healing so much. He's still
Look at
alive.
him!
The order's going in. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 in the back end there, but Lynxie, he will get taken down. The Sivir is just wailing on him there. The final auto will pick up that one, but Nation going in with the counter strike will pick up that kill. And Chrome Alone, he's just going bananas. He's so tanky. Nobody can kill him. As finally, Pluto will pick up that big carry in the back line, but it is going to be a 3-for-5 ace here in favor of TFF.
Insanity there. It was looking like GBM a fight there, but just the back or the front line able to keep the back line afloat long enough for only GBM to have Mundo, and Mundo just not having enough juice to power himself through. Real back and forth game here. This is very, very close.
Oh yeah, it was great here. It's just I don't know. Like the thing is with it's just Kog'Maw's so tanky now. He already has, you get the extra health from Dusk Dawn, and then you also have the Jock Show on top of that. He's so tanky. Like the only person that has pen on the side of GBM is that Sivir here with the LDR. But, I mean, she's just constantly getting pressured by this Jackson Leona in her face. It's very hard for her to have some uptime. So they really need to kind of peel up this the Sivir a bit so she can have some uptime. Let those ricochets do all the work for you. So for now, gold lead is about 3.5k for the side of TFF here. So they're kind of holding on to this lead a little bit longer than before. But Jax got that Death's Dance here, so he is a very scary Grandmaster. GA was popped there on the Vi, so TFF did claim that Drake here, so that stalls the game out for at least another 5 minutes. So we're gonna see what happens here as TFF, they're pushing into this top side, trying to get some vision on around this Baron.
I think that's the best play of action here. You don't want to show yourself bot. You don't want to get yourself caught up into a 1v1 with Pluto. You know how this goes, Lynxie. And
I think he's gonna run him down.
Yep. You see the Hydra. Yeah, you're not playing safe right now. Once a Mundo is max level, if you're not in base, you're not playing safe. And you gotta respect it, man. And yeah, he's definitely feeling the mode right now. We do see the 4-stack here on GBM. Let's see what they can do.
Ooh, Adam, not quite gonna land the CC there. Lots of knockbacks. But the charm and the CC chain on top of the Sivir here, almost getting taken out in the middle of all that, but now they're collapsing onto Pluto in the bot lane. They're flashing over the wall there. Maximum dosage. He's still, he was like,
it's insane.
He was like 5% HP. Now he's full. Like, what is this? Like, that damage is crazy, but the healing is just worse. Like, you blow all those cooldowns, and you absolutely get nothing in return. So now it's going to be GBM. They're going to get dibs on this Drake here. Nation is still up. He does not have flash, but he has to jump in the pit. He has no vision, so he's not able to jump into the pit, and that's going to be it. The Baron going over to the side of GBM, and they will all get out there as 5.
I cannot believe GBM has picked up this Baron. The Counter-Strike not going to hit there. No leap available or flash from Nijon.
To just run out,
but they are pushing down mid though. Okay. Let's see what they do here.
Onto XMB does have the cease and desist to lock him down, but Astus, he's just wasting their time so much here. So much move speed on the horse, so he's just gonna run him around the map here. Nation doesn't have any wards to hop over, so Astus, he's gonna use the crash down over this wall here, and he just gets on out. Like, he's just wasting their time. So that's a mid lane tier 1 going down in favor of Gloom Blade. As now, the gold lead is slowly going into their favor. That was about a 1k gold swing. Pluto, he should be fine, does still have that passive. So he's just going to heal up all the damage. Like, I feel like when they're hitting him, they're just healing him at this point. So 2 Chemtech Drakes, what is that? That's like 12% bonus heal
damage reduction. Yeah, something like that. Yo. It's a little ridiculous there. 575 stacks. The War Monsters as well too, with the Visage helping with the healing regeneration passive bonus boost as well too. It's a little ridiculous. You can't slow him either from his boots. He blocks 1 CC for free. A little crazy. Little crazy right now. They gotta push out that bot lane there.
Soul
And-
Drake coming up in
Okay,
15
Char's
seconds
coming.
here. Char, I don't know why he reset because he does not have teleport. Pluto
Yeah.
just being that absolute meatbag in the front line there. As Call the Forge God, they're gonna go straight
go.
onto him, but that's gonna be the maximum dosage used. Oh my god, that's so much
that
healing!
didn't hit.
They're barely killing him. Cease and desist into the back line on top of the Cogball. Maxima, that's going to be the Magnetstorm on the 4 members of TFF, and they're just going to
Here
go
we go.
straight into the blender. Victor
Here we
Sosa's
go.
the first person to go down. Both ADCs get traded onto the back end, but that's going to be Vault Breaker right on top of Nation. But that's going to be 2 kills going over to That's a triple kill. Mundo is going for
Pluto!
hell. He goddamn please it. That's Pluto.
Let's
He's
go,
going in.
Pluto,
That's going to be a
one
corner kill.
more!
Let's see. He's the last member of Life for TFF. Let's see. Are they going to give it the Benta? Scumbag Char will not try to take it with the bird Pluto. He's trying to pick up this one, but he will get taken down with the brittle. There's no
Wrap it up,
damage
guys.
left in Lynxie. He will
There
get
it
taken
is.
down by the strike of Astus. And it's going to be an ace for the side of GBM.
Man, play the meme music. All I had in my head was the push, 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 push. My God, my GOAT Pluto, 6,000k gold lead in the lane right now. This should be it for GBM. I don't think the death timers is going to work here for TFF. The base tower finally falling, the inhib going down. We're not closing this round just yet. Oh, man. I think they're going to be going for Soul here.
Yeah, they're finally going to go for the Solioli here. But all of TFF, they're pushing for this. I think, yeah, Pluto does have that teleport. So he will be able to join up on the fight here. Drake HP going down to about 7k here, so gonna have to be really careful. Cyclone does have that Spirit Rush here. Let's see if he
Oh my
hits
God.
anything left. And then he's not gonna hit nothing there. This Unleashed Power will not claim that one yet. Counter Strike on
No.
top of GBM. He will get, or XMB, he will get stunned up. And Victor Sosa, why are you even there? Why are you
No.
getting pinched? He is gonna get
No.
pinched off here. And XMB will get hit with the charm once again. Astus, he will get hit with the Zenith Blade. He will get ran down here. Cyclones does still have that Spirit Rush, but he is gonna go the wrong direction. Astus with that Jukaroni here, but he's gonna try to crash on the other side of the wall. Nope, he said screw that. He's just gonna go straight into the fight, and he will finally get taken down here. Sole point for both these teams here, and the goal swings back to TFF.
Oh my gosh, the back and forth here. It seems TFF has GBM's number, and then all of a sudden GBM flips it with Pluto. They get to base, and now all of a sudden TFF is now walking down GBM. I don't know which way this one's going, but this is where we're at. Ember Blaze, this is the peak of week 5. Our teams are getting set and ready for playoffs, and it is showing. Everyone is looking for a piece of that action.
Mundo, 8.7k HP, 428 AD. Let's see how
My
much it
gosh.
damage. His E does 346
Yo,
damage.
wait.
His Titanic Croc does
My
800
man
damage.
is huge. My
That does-
gosh, that's
Man,
crazy.
I didn't even know they made suits that big. He's
Right,
so
like-
fat. Like he dies last. He's the first to get a kill. He's the last person to die. Like it's so crazy.
My
It's
man is
just like-
quad XL. I would have
Like,
gave him the
I-
Penta XL.
Oh, I know these
but-
like DPS numbers are gonna go crazy. He has 21,000 gold. Like he has literally nothing to spend it on. Like if you're playing like a game of ARAM Mayhem, that's like, you know how many
Stonks,
stat
baby.
anvils that is?
Stonks, baby, stonks.
Oh, absolutely. He's been investing for a long time. Stiver, I mean, she's like not too bad in gold, but like still, it's just the backline of GBM. They just don't have any uptime in these fights. It kind of just devolves into an absolute like clown fiesta, and like when they start fighting. So they just don't really have any uptime here. Baron's up in about 10 seconds here. Soul is up in 3 minutes for both they're just going back and forth. It's just an absolute like fiesta here. As Victor Sosa, he's walking forward. Gonna have to be really careful there. Does not want to get picked off once again. I don't know what the timer is for the GA. No, it's gonna be like another like minute or so for the GA on the Vi. So now both these teams kind of do-si-doing around this Baron pit here. Let's see who pulls that trigger first. They spot Nation. They are marking him with pings, but Lynxie will be the first person to get chunked out a little bit here. Call the Forge God. Let's see who it hits on. It's only gonna be onto one
Nice
of the
hit.
Sivir or the Vi, and that's gonna be a 3-man Magnastorm in the front line. Chromalo, he's all by himself. But let's see if Pluto is able to heal up
There's
the
the heals.
He's healing up so much. Backline sliver.
There it is.
We will pick up 2 big kills in the backline. Here, now, it's going to be GBM. They're just going to push up onto the fight. Chromalo picking up a kill for the first kill for his team in this team fight here. The Vi finally up with the GA here, but gonna hit with the Zenith Blade into the backside. Atus, he's gonna get taken down also. Scattered Weak only onto 1. Lynxie, he's doing so much in that front line right now. Victor Sosa, he's gonna get hit back from Malone. It's gonna be a 1v1, and he will lose it. Oh my god, XB, that's a quadra kill here. Char flashed forward there. Scatter the Weak only onto 1, but the flashed away from the solar flare, and that's going to the inhibitors are about to respawn here, and it's going to be what was that, like a 2 for 4? In favor of TFF?
Gosh, the back and a forth here. It seems though, as soon as GBM loses, Pluto, everything starts to fall to pieces here. It was looking fantastic that beginning of the game, looking so much like theirs. Sivir grabbing the first shutdown onto Cyclone and grabbing the Jax as well too. We're gonna have to hold that thought though.
Doesn't hit the knockback. Only onto Ornn here, gonna get stalled for a while, but Mundo is up. They're gonna have to try to clear this wave as much as they can here, but here comes the respawn timer.
60,
he's just looking
40,
to end the game here.
30,
on top of him, but he's gonna get stunned out. The 2 tanks are hitting the Nexus tower. Let's see who they do. They're gonna stun him up, but that's Leona. He's hitting the tower. And we'll pick up that last auto, and the game will finally go to TFF here. 42 minutes, 47 seconds, 3K goal lead, and they will pick up that Game 1 victory here.
If those towers did not respawn, I think GBM, or excuse me, TFF would have been in a terrible time. It was so close there for GBM. TFF has to be sweating bullets here and realizing that this is not going to be an easy 2-0 feat here, and that they're going to have to kick it back up in these next series of matches if they're going to want to continue with their good seeding in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that was really, really intense. Like, it looked like it was going really well for GBM in that last fight, but then Chromalone, he just locked in here. Mundo was not able to kill him. You know, he's all by himself in the back line, and they did a really good job to peel that Mundo off of him. Like, looking at the damage numbers is just crazy. Like, the difference. Kog'Maw did 81,000 damage. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. He did more damage than both carries, or he did a little less than both carries of GBM. That's crazy.
They were definitely cooking. GG's well played there. For TFF to take game 1. Game 2 will be on the way. Picks and bans are coming up in our draft pick. Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back. This is a banger of a set. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked.
Welcome back, everybody, to game two between TFF and Gloomblade ME. This time around, Gloomblade will opt to go on to the yeah, they'll still go to the red side this game. So now looking at it's going to be a very interesting turn of events here as we just get straight into the draft there. So far, nothing too crazy here. It looks like I really expect it to kind of just be the same bands here for now, but like for it's a game. I mean, like last game, it was really close. It was like what 47 minutes or something, but it was really close back and forth like the whole time. Like you think that TFF kind of had it in the bag the entire time, but it's just kind of um just Gloomblade. It was man, I forgot his name. Like I hate when this happens. Pluto, he's kind of running the game down. Like he was just in a good way. He was just constantly keeping that pressure in the side lane, and pretty much the entire gold lead for Gloomblade was on him. So for now, looking like it's just going to be kind of the same bands here for now. Seraphine's still going to be on the chopping block, same with the Braum. I think Cho'Gath was different, though. I don't remember what it was last game.
I think Cho'Gath was the same. I think it was just different timing on
Yeah, it was. It was
the
Cho'Gath,
band
Jarvan,
there.
Braum for TFF band, and Seraphine, Aurora, Gwen for Gloomblade.
Interesting Goomblade taking red side here for game two. Just a quick update for you guys in chat. Prediction points are up this round. We do apologize, especially with such an explosive game. That would have been a really good one. But be sure to lock in and now get those channel points up. Get the Gamba going. We know we love it. As we do see the new champ going to be taken out there. I do like this top lane focus, especially after what Pluto did last game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, now they're gonna lock. So TFF, they're going to lock blind pick their top laner in the first phase here once again. So curious to see what um Pluto will pick this time around. So Scion will be that pick. Like there were really not like a lot of great picks into Scion. Like a pick into Scion I see a lot in pro play is Ambessa, just because that Q does two
Right.
instances of max HP damage. So, and that you kind of just drain tank the entire time on that Scion. So you pretty much never would really win trades because like he tries to, hit you with the decimation smash, you
The
hit the
shield,
W, and like you
dash,
kind of just lose out on the
shield,
trade,
dash,
and then
dash,
you
shield,
just heal
shield.
up forever. So can see what they pick in here. They lock in Graves Jungle.
That was
That
fast
is
too.
very interesting. Yeah, that
That
was
was
an
a
insta lock
string, yeah.
for Nation or for XMB. So this is the crazy stuff we were talking about here. You don't see a lot of Graves lately because I think they
Right.
did buff him. I think they buffed the armor per stack of E. I think this most recent patch, if
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I think I did see a Graves buff in there somewhere. And Maokai getting locked in here. I'm
I
assuming that's
miss my
top
tree
lane,
guy.
but that can be flexed around. But Maokai is a very interesting pick.
I miss Maokai. I'm glad to see my tree guy getting picked. You don't see a lot of point and click abilities anymore in this game. And Malkai's is definitely a game changer with his going to be not counterpicked, but be matched in terms of CC and in terms of just that health bulkiness. So with Swain, I do like that pick into it. And yeah, you're gonna match that Graves and see it raise it a Viego. And I'm definitely wanting a Viego a lot more in the jungle, I think, than Graves.
Yeah, so now, okay, so these are very interesting picks. You start to see some of that wickedness coming out. Swain and Viego. So right now, TFF, they kind of lack in the damage department to kind of allow that Viego to pop off with those resets. And then for Gloomblade, they're just I mean, so far they have pretty good options right now. They can kind of pivot towards anything they want at this point now
True.
because they have a lot of good balance here. You got good disengage, you got good engagement with the Maokai, you have a lot of good kite with the Graves in that early game. And Varus you can kind of pivot towards whatever, but I kind of expect it to be more of a on hit build this game because they did nerf the AP build a little bit.
Yeah, I like the Vars pick a bit. Like you mentioned, the AP nerf or the AP build was nerfed slightly. I'm gonna assume that this is going to be going towards a Maokai support, I feel, than top lane. I don't think he is really it for top lane per se. There's the Thresh with the Nautilus band there, and it might solidify my assumptions here when we get TFF's last bands here.
Yeah, just be like a little weird to pick Maokai support at this point, just because like there's no real indication that TFF would do anything otherwise. But
Mm-hmm.
let me look at the bands. You do see the suggestion that it could be a Maokai support because, but it does well into Thresh and Nautilus. So mhm, who knows? There's always a little bit of a method to the madness here. So you're
True.
betting out two strong mages against um Char here. So kind of like those two champions, they don't really do anything. They kind of just sit there and scale for like 20 minutes, and then they're just really really good. And Victor locked in here. So I
Nice.
haven't seen Victor in a while. In like just any kind of like comp setting. But Victor is a very interesting pull out of the pocket here for Char.
I think this is great. Chain of Corruption into the Victor Storm there. Adding a little smoke screen, a little CC from Maokai, and you definitely have a recipe there for a chaotic team fight and to really flip games on their head. I feel like that's really the identity Gloomblade really likes, the sneaky turnaround team fights where they're not necessarily really winning from the beginning, but once everything falls together, you're just caught in their trap. As we see Akali going to be picked up here for TFF, and I do just like this overall burst we have from TFF. If somebody gets caught, that catch identity here in TFF is dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so much single target damage for the side of
Mm-hmm.
TFF, but they kind of like it's gonna take a bit for them to scale. You got like a hard scaling. Is that a Swain? Yeah, it's a Swain Senna bot lane. So they take a bit to ramp up. Same thing with the Scion, takes him a bit to ramp up. So they're gonna have to be really picky about who they pick here. But
And
instead,
there it
Gloomblade,
is.
they're gonna draft a relatively squishy composition here as they lock in that bot lane
Right.
Varus Nami against the Swain Senna here. So kind of gonna be curious to see how if they can punish this at all. Because we're looking at the runes, it is going to go on hit Varus, and it's going to be Astus. He went for that electrocute because I think they changed it that it doesn't proc conventionally. Like if you do like the three procs of the Nami E, it doesn't proc electrocute anymore, if I remember. So I'm gonna curious to see that reaction or that interaction here this time around. But for now, it looks like already TF or Gloomblade looking for some cheeky shenanigans here into the enemy jungle. But usually TFF they don't really go into they don't really 5 point. They kind of just sit in the lane. But they are going to be spotted out on that Raptor ward now. So ping's coming
Yep.
through.
Little weird for the 5 man here. It's definitely punished in this new patch, and you're gonna lose a lot of ground here. You're gonna give Adam and Chrome this bush, and let's see what they do with it. I think they definitely know they're there. They saw them on the wave. Yeah, I think he came out a little too early there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I honestly really don't expect them to do too much when it comes to trading here. Because now Adam is a little bit worse for
Uh oh.
wear here. He's already getting chunked to about half HP. So gonna have to pop that pot in the first 2 minutes here. So it's a little bit of roughy. Astus is able to sustain his ADC up a little bit more with the ebb and flow.
Ooh.
So for now, it's going to be XMB. He's just looking for that complete vertical jungle. Nation will get he will get wise to that also. So he's just going to also vertical into the Graves' red side also. So now Pluto is doing pretty well for himself in that top side here. But otherwise, looking across the board, nothing too crazy going on here. It's pretty even.
I gotta say, what is that beautiful Maokai skin? Oh, I thought
Oh yeah,
Chrome
it's
stole that.
yeah, DRX. Oh, I love that DRX, I really like the DRX skin line.
Amazing.
It's just really clean.
I do
Same
like
thing with
the.
the IG. I really like IG. That the
Mhm.
black and white goes really well.
This one goes real nice here. And almost a steal there. You do see Graves gonna have that nice quick clear. You do see Viego getting the information from the team, so he is on the other side there as well. As we do see Viego actually having a slight lead here in terms of clearing. So let's see how these two collide once these scuttles come up. As we see as choose Victor taking their.
Yeah. Oh
Uh-oh.
man, top lane, Pluto
Oh,
flashing
yeah.
away from the Spectral Maw there. So that's going to be a flash coming out here. Should just be able to sustain, does have the biscuits, does have the passive. So he should be pretty much fine at the top lane. Mid lane Char is going to be melee form with Cyclone here. Not quite landing the 5-point strike. Nation does have the flash. So Char going to have to be a little bit wise to it. Walking up a little too far, doesn't have any more mana. But let's see,
Didn't
he's
see him
going
in
to
the
flash forward
fog.
with a Spectral Maw. But Char also going to have to burn his flash there. So he should be able to just reset
Careful, Pluto.
and go for
Is this bait?
teleport back. But Pluto, does he have the passive here? He's going to pop the pot, so he should be good. He's going to have the passive up fairly soon here. Bot lane, that's going to be a little chunk there. But mid lane, that's going to be a solo onto
To
Char.
execute!
And he won't get the kill. He didn't hit an auto. So it's going to be a great trait there. Cyclone will take that every single day there. Bot lane, Adam going to get slowed with the smoke screen there. The piercing arrow coming out, but not going to do enough damage. No more stacks. But here comes the vision of
Nice
Empire's
bubble.
Chrome get chunked here. It barely hits that Deborah move on the back end, but Victor Sosa is still doing pretty well. He should be able to sustain up. But Astus, he's going forward there.
Doesn't
I
have
don't
a lot
think
of mana.
he doesn't have Electrocute on right now. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of mana. Both bot laners are real low, and that's going to be Senna. You forced to use the heal already here. As XMB, he's going to get caught out here. 2 members of TFF there.
Nice
The
catch.
Over the wall. Gravity well on top of Cyclone. One more for the 5-point strike. Cyclone picking up 2 kills already. And it's going great for TFF here in this early game.
We saw how crazy Cyclone got. Letting or myself not knowing Cyclone having an Akali and doing so well on the Ahri, it is dangerous. It is scary. Using that advantage there, getting ahead, knowing Graves is gonna try to go for those Raptors there. Here we go, 5-point hits yet again.
Oh, Cyclone just doing so well with the spacing top lane. That's gonna be the Bramble smash back into the wave, but Lynxie, he should be pretty good there. Pluto not having the cooldown. Bramble smash hitting once again.
But he has
They're gonna
6.
use the ultimate, but has no more mana. That's going to be a kill there, but he just levels up. He's gonna get the shield. Viego is here to pick up that kill. Scion flashing away there, away from the Maokai. Maokai is going to get taken down there, and that is a very unfortunate series of events.
That was insane. That looked so good. The level 6 advantage, everything looking calculated. But man, my guy Pluto, is he bad at math there? Unfortunate there. And good rotation and roam from Nison there to get himself in the area where he needs to be to pick up the kill there for Lynxie. Gonna use the TP to get back into lane. Not a bad start here for TFF.
Yeah, you're gonna about a 1.5k gold lead. Drake is already up. It is a Cloud Drake. So right now, I mean, the game's starting to kind of slow down a little bit here. See what these teams do around these objectives. But Char is going to get a little bit of chunk there. Cyclo looking for that Gunblade first item there. As Pluto, he's going to be a little bit worse for wear now that Bramble Vest is made. Full charge decimating smash does have that unstoppable onslaught for the Scion, so could have looked for that kill possibly.
That's a good call.
But XMB gonna pick up that bot lane scuttle here, but it's kind of like just, you know, both these teams kind of just chilling out. Nothing really going on here. I mean, it's a very marginal goalies across the map there, but
here we go.
The Vision of Empires will land on top of Astus. Nation, he might get taken down, but the block from the buckshot.
Nice!
He's not gonna block it. As Chrome alone, he's gonna have to run away with the ghost there. Never move. Gonna pick up that one, but the bomb not going out for the Graves there. Akali going in with the perfect execution,
Oh
and
my
he will pick up
gosh.
that one. But Akali is getting lower and lower. The buckshot
There we
coming out, and it's going to be Victor picking up that shutdown with the death ray there, and that's going to be a good kill there as the Drake starting up by the side of GBM
GBM
and
bided their time.
Grumbling resetting.
They waited and they found their perfect opportunity to find their way back into the game. It's only 1,000 gold lead right now. It is a lead, but it's nothing to be taken over.
Okay.
I like that Adam
you're
went for
a little
that.
bit too close, but they're both ranged, so they're not able to get in
Mm-hmm.
melee form. As
Uh-oh.
As2 is gonna spot him out there on the ward, but Adam is just able to walk on out there.
Really, really nice work there for the GBM. Getting the shutdown onto Victor as well, too, in that skirmish, plus securing the Drake. Gonna stabilize GBM just a little bit. I would like to see a little more in the top, but overall, can't ask for too much more there.
Yeah, Pluto is it's a little roughy for the CS department. He's focusing a little bit too much on poking, so he's down like 20 CS right now. Same thing in the mid lane. I mean, Char is down 20 CS also, so pretty much most of these gold leads are purely just in the CS department in the lane for the most part.
Yep.
But first Drake taken by GBM, so kind of that little invisible gold lead that you don't really see with the objective score. So it's going to be a little nice thing in the pocket. But once again, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as last game. GBM kind of prioritized Drake's a little bit more, and TFF kind of prioritized more, just kind of going around the map. But right now, none too crazy. Grubs are on the table for whoever wants to take them. But that's going to be a nice little arrow in the bot lane. Chrome alone getting chunked like crazy. The bubble not quite hitting the mark. But lots of chunk there with the Chain of Corruption. Swain going to have to reset now.
Really close work there. Unfortunately, just not enough on the execution to secure it. They will get the reset. They are getting a pretty decent lead in terms of CS. Pluto not warded and in a very dangerous situation. I like the little walk around. I don't know if it's going to be enough to flash out of Pluto. Going to get the ultimate as well, too. Lynxie going to be able to pick up another one there. The synergy from both the top and jungle from TFF is really nice right now.
Yeah, Pluto is just so aggressive there. Mid lane, that's going to be the
There we go.
Perfect execution going through. He's going to go to the tower. He will get taken down here, but that looked really clean there for a couple seconds there with the shuriken flip, but it will be a good death nonetheless there. Couldn't really get the wave in, so not really denying too much CS, but Nation will get the priority on the Grubs, and he will claim 3 for his team.
So how do you feel about Voids? Are they a priority to you? Do you feel like they're bait? I feel like a lot of people. Oh, we're gonna have to hold that thought real quick as we get into this bot lane skirmish.
Yeah, just a little chunk there. Nami gonna have that ebb and flow up here soon. But back to what you're saying. I think Grubs are like a placebo. Like I don't think they're that good. Like they're like nice to have. Like if you can get them for free, it's really nice to have. But like otherwise, it's not really worth the trouble. Like I'm not gonna put a team fight to get 3 Grubs. Like they're so mediocre now, since they took away the extra 3. So like the damage is fairly negligible on towers. So they're not really worth the trouble. But mid lane, oh yeah, that's a lot of chunk there. Char,
Oh yeah,
half HP here once again. Does have that gunblade completed already, so gonna be able to kind of sustain more in those extended fights. Right now, I mean, game's slowing down a bit. Objectives taken every now and then. Drake spawning in about another minute 30 seconds. That's a bit of a visual bug. It is not a Cloud Drake. It is Infernal.
Nice.
So Infernal Drake will be on the table here in about a minute. But that's going to be a lot of trading in that bot lane, so always it's going to be better for Victor Sosa to look for these trades just because he knows that the Nami has that full stacked mana flow ban. Or no, she doesn't have mana flow ban, never mind. So just going to be able to sustain with the mana regen, so sustains a lot longer, so that's very nice. I don't know what Senna's building. Oh, she's building the what's it called? The Diadem Song item. It's very interesting to see. I don't really see that.
Well, remind me what song does again.
So Diadem Song is basically it's a new tier item that came out this season. So basically, it builds out of it's a tier of the goddess, or no, it doesn't build out of a Kindle gem. It builds out of a tier, a Forbidden Idol, and I think a Ruby Crystal. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it built out of, and then it heals you for a bit
Uh-oh.
every like sec. Why, Astus? Why did you just
Yeah.
walk into that bush blindly? Astus, he's gonna have to try to run away there. Nice dodge on the
I don't know if it's gonna be
Heartbreaker on the
enough, though.
Viego, but the Viego is going bananas here. He's picking up 2 kills already, and Heartbreaker not quite going to land. XMB does have that stacked passive on the E there, but Nation is able to pick up a quick double kill there. And once again, Cyclone picking up a solo kill in the mid lane there on a sliver of HP. XMB is going to have to run on out there, careful with the shallow recall, but the Spectral Maw goes in, and he's not going to get the auto walk with the CC chain. And that's going to be Nation picking up a triple kill in the bot lane.
Insanity. The synergy here at TFF picking back up from this game 2, where game 1 was so back and forth, to just see how far they're really starting to extend this lead here at the 13-minute mark is quite a different team I'm seeing here. It seems like the lights are on, and we are not playing any games here. Game 1 was way too close, and we cannot allow that anymore on our side. So I do love to see this. As we see Lynxy here fighting, trying to secure this Pluto here. And yeah, I think he just overstayed his welcome here. Maokai not being the strongest pick overall in the top lane there, especially how we saw Pluto piloting the Mundo. As we now head over to the bot lane here, as Chis and Victor Souza both both going to try to siege this bot lane. But they will catch the wave. We're gonna get a slight pause here. No objectives up to be contested just yet. As we do. Oh, nice Evermore there. Oh, Chain of Corruption going to whip there from Victor Souza. Going to get a little greedy here on Adam. I don't think the flash forward was enough. I don't think you can ignore Chrome alone, as he still has ultimate. But maybe Victor Souza knows the stats better than we do. No, he does not. Because Chrome Alone's still going to live by just about 100, as Toos is going to follow by right after. That's going to be a double kill. The 4 gold lead extending into TFF here. And then now the bot lane finally stabilizing here.
Oh, man. That was crazy. I don't know, dude. It's just like, you have a full item build, but like, I don't know. It's like there's not a lot of focus. Like, you just get kited out like crazy. And then Chrome Alone just stands there menacingly and just completely drains you out. So it's just so rough. Like, because wait, did he have the Bork for that team or for that
Not
fight?
yet. Not yet.
Okay, never mind.
I don't. No, he did. No, he did.
Oh, he did? That's even worse.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like that they lost that even though he had Bork. So that's just the power of the Senna healing. You know, Ekka's Helia already built, and they're going for that the Diadem song. So it's man, it's just like the GBM. They're just getting completely like blasted across the map here. Like they can't really make any plays happen.
Yeah, all angles right now of GBM are kind of falling behind. It's not lights out just yet. A 4-point-K gold lead is substantial, but it's definitely still in the realms of possibility to turn things around.
Once again, mid lane, that's going to be a Shuriken flip onto Char. Lots of damage going down. So Char is just not having a great time here, not able to really reciprocate any of that damage onto Cyclone when he gets into the Shroud. So Char does have that blue buff, so he's going to have a better time with the poke, but he's just not able to walk up to look for CS here, especially. So you're going to have to be really careful with that poke so he doesn't like mess up his wave management. Victor Sosa going to get stunned up, and it's like Cyclone just goes for the solo kill here. Like I just called it. Like, oh, he doesn't land it.
Good shield.
He tried to look for the predict, but Cyclone able to get out of dodge there. Another solo kill. What is that, like the 3rd solo kill so far? Oh, yeah, it's rough. And Herald getting spawned into that bot lane, so that's going to be first tower gold going over to TFF, it looks like. As they're going to have to try to zone them off. It's going to be a 3v3 in that bot lane. And never move on to the Graves. That's going to be a nice bubble onto Adam.
Catch.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's going to be a chain of
Wow.
corruption owing onto the Swain. But that's
Whoa,
going to be
nice
SMB getting hit with the
flash.
Heartbreaker. But he's going to flash down out there. But Victor Sosa is all by himself. He has no more subs. And he will get left to die here
Oh,
as Nation
man.
picks up his 5th kill of the game here. 6K gold lead at 17 minutes.
That was looking so good there for GBM, and all of a sudden the damage on the focus on Adam, and then Adam not dying, then a GBM realizing they're on cooldowns. The turnaround here from TFF is just ridiculous here. It was a 4.5K gold lead. Now it is extended an extra 2,000, and it's slowly, but surely.
Why is
The
Astus away from the tower? Why is he walking up?
I'm not too sure there.
But
yes,
bit of a tilter there as top lane. It's gonna be more pillow fighting shenanigans here. It's Pluto.
Yeah.
He's slowly gonna get autoed down to death here. Decimating Smash does land. Roar of the Slayer. Pluto, he's just gonna slowly get ran down here, but using the Twist Advance to get under onto the minion there. Lynxie doesn't have any more mana, but the shield bash in the auto with the grass is enough to pick up that solo kill once again here. 3-0-1 in that top lane, mid lane once again. Char gonna have to flash away there. Does get hit with the last embrace, but it's just, once again, it's just so rough here as Nation not quite landing the Spectral Maw here, but Cyclone does have that perfect execution. He's just going straight on in there. Tidal Wave does come down there. 5-point strike will claim that one. It's just so rough here.
It's like, a 4-point deficit, or a four level deficit there. Between the mid laner and support. Yep, and that's gonna be another one there. You can just see the tempo, as my boy Sekio always says. That's what wins games there. You saw it from the Rift Herald push into the bot lane, into the Drake, into where we are right now. Nissan has not stopped. Adam rotating into the mid lane as well too, picking up Char yet again. It has just been a non-stop. Again, the gold lead from that 4.4, which was only about 4 minutes ago, has now expanded to a 7.8.
Senna? Okay, I'm using the heal to kite away from the Chaos Storm in the mid lane there, but yeah, TFF gotta be a little bit careful not to get too cocky. So Nation waiting in the wings there, doesn't have the Heartbreaker, but does have that Flash Spectral Maw combination. But Char, he's just gonna have to reset here, is pretty low on mana. Once again, went for that burn build with the Blackfire Torch. I mean, against a team like that, it is understandable, so I'm not too surprised that he is building that. But it's just so rough,
It's just not there.
It's like,
yeah, it's just not there again.
They're just not getting the gold they need. Like, it's like 1K deficits in every lane, except for ADC.
And just checking over into chat, I do apologize, we are a little late on it. If you look right into the little window of the character, you can see all their stacks being built. And also on their items as well too. And
Did you what was that?
Oh yeah.
That was like empowered auto 5-point strike, like full HP, perfect execution in R2. Like what? That's
crazy. A magic trick?
Abracadabra, and he just died. Like that's
and
crazy.
2 disappear right in front of your eyes.
And it's just a 8.5K gold lead. 20 minutes. Like this game should be over in like the next it should be over in like the next 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I hope, because like it's just like you just gotta give him a little mercy.
Right.
As there goes the Nature's Grasp going forward there. Sion's a pretty chunky fella. As the Tidal Wave does land onto 2. Let's see, they go for the Akali. She does not have the Shroud anymore. But the Shuriken flip onto the Maokai. Heartbreaker on top of him. Sion will claim that kill with the explosion of the shield. And Twisted advance forward with the stolen body of his teammate. Heartbreaker going in once again here. Spectral Maw not quite going to land. Used at the gap close. And Viego picks up 2 big kills in the top lane. Nami all by herself under this tower. And Sion's taking that aggro. And Akali will pick up that kill. And it is slowly ballooning up to a 10K gold deficit here at 21.5 minutes.
So, just real quick to answer, Brett, it's been a thing since last rev. This overlay is all over by our producer last Revenant. Be sure to hit him up and check him out. Of course, I always shout out and glaze the boy because no one else does it like him. Speaking of doing it, no one else doing it like that. TFF just taking it away we said 4.4 is definitely doable, but once you get into that 10k plus, it gets into a very difficult situation where it is nigh impossible to come back onto this one. Looking over onto the KDA here, there's really not anyone really on top right now. Almost every avenue here for the side of GBM has been surely closed out. It is looking pretty rough here for the guys. Baron is still up. They they still have very good catch potential. So as long as they can clear out some wards, find a bush, hopefully they can get something going for them before Lynxy and the rest of TFF can get over to their unaware member here who gets caught out. But a lot easier said than done. A lot of mobility on the side of TFF as well too. And Lynxy, I don't know, who do you head to send over to deal with Lynxy, who's now pretty much looking like Pluto last game?
I mean, honestly, at this point, you just put the Victor against him. That's like probably like the best thing you can do. Because Maokai, I mean, he shouldn't really die to Akali as long as he doesn't like walk up and get chunked. But you know, again, ideal world, not really expecting too much. Cyclone, he said screw this. He's just gonna run straight at them.
Yep.
And it's just gonna
aura
get them to
farm him
all
real quick.
run away there.
Yep.
Like the 4 squishy champions, like what? I closed the draft out, but Akali was what, like R5 or B5, I think.
Yeah, it was last pick.
Yeah.
They counted that. They said 1, 2, 3. Yeah. They're like, we're doing this. Like,
Yeah. Nah, Akali just went crazy this game. I mean, you have 4 squishy champions against a Viego Akali. Like we talked about, you know, like they had to get the damage out, and they absolutely are. Like Cyclone is 11-3-3. We talked about him being like the hard carry.
for sure. It's gonna be Dirt Drake right here. Thank you for all the follows out in chat. As we do see, what was the last bit there for... I wanted to see what the coins were. I think TFF was in the lead, and here we go.
Yep, he's dead. So Cyclone, he doesn't have the 5-point strike. He only has the shuriken flip. So Baron is up on the table, so they can absolutely just look for that. Nation, that's gonna be a nice little bubble there. Let's see if he goes for the kill, and he absolutely will. And let's see, Char. Oh, he doesn't get taken down yet. The 5-point strike will go into the back line, or perfect. He should go to the back line. He's going a little bit too deep. Shuriken flip will not be enough, and Victor will pick up that kill. As okay, now we're seeing a little bit of a comeback here. Let's see if Pluto looks for that fight with the Nature's Grass there. Kind of surprised he's not going for it. Lynxy, he's just walking up menacingly with the shield. He's pretty much full armor. So unless Char is up, they will not dent that Scion at all. So now it looks like TFF, they're going to back on off a little bit here. A little bit of a gold swing. It's 600, so that brings that deficit down to 11.5k.
The bounty helped a lot there. Almost 1,000 gold shift to their side. I feel like it's a drop in the bucket right now, though. Let's see if they'll be able to help them out just a bit. They're going to have to stop this Drake, because I feel TFF is not going to push their advantage. They may possibly go for a Baron play, but I believe, or I feel they're not going to do it.
Oh yeah, I just realized their Baron is like abhorrently slow, because that's a full Enchanter Senna.
Right. So I feel they're gonna grab Soul first, then possibly look for the Baron play. And you have Lynxy's in the bot lane doing his thing, doing what's needed, and to continue pushing forward. So I feel like it's in the cards. It's in the cards.
Yeah, it's a W in the cards here for TFF. It's just a matter of time. Honestly, like if I was TFF, I would just force the Baron. Like, yeah, sure, you're gonna take it really slow, but like you just force the fight. Like you just make them come to you, and then you just instantly win the fight. You just beat them up with the 10k wallet, and that's gonna be last embrace onto 2 members.
Here we go.
Cyclone, he's going in. The shuriken flip does not quite land. He's gonna flash forward with the perfect execution. He's gonna go over the wall here, trying to get XMB, and he will get taken down. Let's see if Char can pick up this kill, and he will. So it is going to be a 1 for 2, or 2 for 2 so far. So Victor Sosa does get that big shutdown onto Chrome alone. So it looks like we did Caster Curse TFF a little bit here. The gold swing, it pretty much did not happen at all. So it is a bit of a wet noodle fight in the bot lane there.
Able to
As
get tier 2 bot as well
Pluto,
too.
he's losing out really bad on these trades, as Nation is here to back him up, and Pluto will get taken down eventually. Very, very, very slow. As
Any day.
eventually he'll go down any day now.
Any day.
Yep. Let's see what happens.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. There we
is.
go. Okay. So Nation's gonna go godlike now, 8-1-7. So he is being chilling there. So after that little skirmish, you might want to invest in a little bit, just a little bit of grievous wounds there. But 12.5k gold lead at 27.5 minutes. Drake spawn Soul will spawn in about a minute and a half for the side of TFF.
And see, this is why you don't really do the full commit on to the side of TFF. You have the burst you have to catch in single burst targets, but you don't really have the full team fight there. You have Drain Tank through Calm Alone. Cyclone can take out just about anyone on their own. Nation as well too. It's better to play things slow, hold on to these objectives, and continue just draining and choking out GBM until you can finally get towards the Nexus and do a full commit there. And actually looks like they're going to do Baron first over.
When I said they do it slow, like this is an exaggeration. They're doing it so slow.
Yeah. No, they do.
Like now, Akali is on the back end there. Does still have
like
all
this.
the cooldowns with the perfect execution. So zoning off the enemy team there. Baron's going down to about 4k HP, 3k. Let's see. Grace will look for the steal, and he's going over the pit. He didn't quite get the smite. It was so close. Chain of Corruption over the wall there. Close. Swain using that Demon Flare, but that's going to be a 1-for-0. Vision Empire is going to land there using the Tidal Wave to peel out, but that's going to be the Unstoppable Onslaught. Not quite going anywhere, but it's going to be a 1-for-0 and the Baron. So Drake is up in the cards. So they are going to TFF. They're going to go for that soul. It looks like, yeah. So they Nation's just going to look to solo that soul real quick, but that's a good shuriken flip into the backline. But Victor
but that
have that shattered guard, and Akali, she's all by herself in the back. That's a big shield. Oh my god, that's so big. And Maokai, he's solo frontlining under the tower here against the Baron buff minions. But Maokai, he's going to get knocked up. Oh, that's a nice little dodge there. But, Victor, you stood a little bit too close there. He's going to get pulled back. Akali could get over the wall there with the shuriken.
Here we go.
But that's going to be the last embrace onto the Maokai. He will get taken out. Double kill going over to the Swain. And Varus, he said, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to let y'all end the game in my face there. I'll donate you some gold. Patent stats a little bit there. 16.8k gold. There's no way this is going to be a 20k gold lead game. There's no way. I don't think they're going to get that much.
I don't think they get enough. It gets close. It gets close.
It's going to get real close. I think it's going to be like 18k-ish.
18.5.
So now Nexus Towers are going to get felled here in their face. Their Tidal Wave getting called up once again. Graves just kind of trying to keep the stats up and alive there, as the gold lead will go up to about 18k.
Oh, I was close.
18.3. So we were pretty close. It was pretty much dead center, but it was you're right. It was it was 18.3 still. So it was just an absolute stomp here compared to the first game. First game, like, it was just close,
right.
But like this one, it wasn't close at all. Like, it was kind of over within like the first, like, I think it was like 2 minutes, when the Viego went top like 3 times and gave Sion 3 kills. So at that point, like, Maokai just couldn't do anything. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, really insane work there. GG's well played to TFF. It seemed that a switch turned on these guys. All avenues again from GBM shut down. Oh, and that was a really good display of power there. And I've got to say, if I am on TFF, I feel pretty good setting our seed even better than what it was before coming into this week 5 to now be 2 up ahead, a clean 2 as well too. Can't ask for much more. GG's, well played, and I wish TFF the best. Before we go, we just gotta, we gotta write out over pay the bills, keep the lights on at the house. So of course, big shout outs to Rogue Energy Stay locked in with Rogue Energy. It is the fuel of champions. It is what TFF was drinking tonight. So if you want to play like TFF, or if you're just cheering out in chat, of course, big shout outs to everyone in chat. Do it with focus and energy that lasts. Use code Ember League at checkout for 10% off your order. Shop now at rogueenergy.com. Be sure to follow the socials, my guys. We are on Twitter, YouTube, Insta. Also, check out the merch store as well. The links are in chat below. Overall, though, thank you all so much for coming down. It has been a pleasure of casting for you all tonight. And what a banger of a set going later into this week and then into week 6. We are almost in the playoffs, guys. And if you thought week 5 was going to be it, wait until playoffs kicks off, man.
Yeah, this was the last match because, like, if I'm doing my math right, Monkey Maui beat TFF in a head-to-head, so they're both 3-1. So Monkey Maui take first seed, and TFF will lock the second seed because this was the last game for this league until
Right.
playoffs. So now
So-
TFF, they have that second seed. They'll be going against the very, very bottom of the standings for Ember League. Let's take a peek at that real quick. They'll be taking on Stun Gaming Vortex, it looks like, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7 teams, so all these teams make playoffs. Monkeys Maui will get that bye. So this is going to be an interesting turn of events because I think next week they just go straight into the playoffs. So it is going to be very interesting to see. It is it's a single elim. Or no, it's a double elim. Yeah, it's a double elim bracket. So we're gonna see how they go because now Monkey Maui, they have that first bye from the quarters, and we'll see how the rest of this goes. But it was an absolute it was a pretty decent series here tonight between TFF and Gloomblade.
Yeah. And yeah, overall, fantastic. GG's to everyone. And thank you all for tuning in. It has been your guy, Huey, with me, Banana Bread. And thanks, man, for being on the table. It was a pleasure working with you. And always, of course, don't always forget to give your shout outs to staff and, of course, to the boy Last Revenant, pushing those 1s and 2s, making us looking so fantastic and giving us that LCS quality on the Rift. Thank you all so much. Until next time, guys, keep it locked. Until then, peace.
Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I